Oh yeah, guys, welcome to Movie Emporium's Flashback Reviews, where we take movies from the past and break them down for your enjoyment. As always, if you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Email endthepolarwoman3@gmail.com if you have any questions. Guys, I'm excited to talk about this movie. It's a movie from my past that I've watched many, many times. It's up there with Ferris Bueller's Day Off and One Crazy Summer as a movie I just watched incessantly. Just a movie I had fun with. And it's a kids movie, of course. When you grow up in the 80s, there's a lot of kids movies, as you know, with most kids. This is a movie that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of before. It's called Flight of the Navigator. You probably saw it in my thumbnail. It's about a kid who's played by Joey Kramer. His name is David. He is basically just a normal kid that has normal problems. He's always getting picked on by his brother. Has a crush for this girl. And he has parents who are played by Clifty Young and Veronica Cartwright. If you've never seen Alien, you know who she is. She's the girl that, has that reaction that's great, in the chest bursting scene. And one day, their other son hasn't returned home, so they send David to go look for him. He sees this ravine. He looks down. He falls and wakes up, and all of a sudden, he's in the 80s. This takes place in the early 70s, so he's been gone for like 8 years or something like that. And so he is embroiled with this weird subplot of he has disappeared for 8 years. He's now under the guise of NASA because they found a spaceship, and he somehow is connected to this spaceship. And so he's taken aboard, and they do kind of experiments on him, and they find out that the two are connected. So David wakes up one morning because he's having these weird things that are being talked to him. He goes on the ship and he finds this alien creature who is Max, or it's an alien life form. And they go on this adventure. Max is going to take David back home to the parents, and we get our story of how this buddy comedy starts to happen. And David he has these star plans in his brain to where the different galaxies that Max has gone to. And so when they're downloaded, Max gets this kind of personality, and that personality is a character that was called Paul Mall, the voice actor, which ended up being Paul Reubens. So Pee Wee Herman himself is playing this character, and it's very, you can tell it's Paul Reubens. So, they go on this adventure, they go through these different things, NASA's chasing after them, it's a fun story of a buddy comedy that's out of this world, sorry my pun. And I love this movie so much. Even today, I own it. Even today, watching it is so much fun. Sarah Jessica Parker plays the young girl that works for NASA. She kind of befriends David. She kind of realizes that he's out of his element because she starts to learn that he is not from this decade, because just the difference between what he is known for, pop culture, to compare what she knows. And there's the guy who plays Faraday, which is Howard Hessman. He is not necessarily a bad guy. He just wants to understand why this alien creature is there. It's NASA, so they like space. And this movie is just so much fun. It has the charm of the 80s, and I love it so very, very much. And Joey Kramer as David is just it's just so fun for a kid. He's having a lot of fun in this role. He's having fun in the fact that he's playing against this alien creature that is just a dork and goofy. He finds all these weird creatures, and he gets this little cute little creature that ends up becoming, like, he almost adopts it at the end of the movie. And this movie like gets my heart, my soul, and it's so much fun to watch. And Clifty Young and Veronica Cartwright, who are playing the parents, they're showing off the sides of themselves that are, you see a lot of parents when they lose kids disappear, they freak out, they send their kids out to the other kids to, kind of find out what's going on. And you see the heartbreak, and when he comes back, it's so engrossing to watch a family that's been broken apart by this situation try to piece everything back together. And when David finally gets to the place he needs to go, he realizes that he's a man out of time, and he needs to get back to where he's originally from because he wants to course correct everything. And it's such a heartwarming movie. There's so many good things in here. There's a nice little song sequence, there's also, and like I said, when you see people like Sarah Jessica Parker pop up and you're just like, holy cow, she's so young in this movie because it came out in the 80s. It warms your heart. And then the music is awesome. And this is directed by Randal Kleiser, who is known for directing stuff like Grease. So you get the musical elements and you get the fun, spirited adventure. And then he also did Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which is not a great movie, but it's another movie I watched as a kid, so I enjoy it. But this movie just has a special place in my heart. It's not the greatest movie you'll ever see, but it's definitely one you should watch if you get a chance. You'll have fun, and it's cheesy, and it's good times. And Paul Reubens is fun in it, so. But there you go. That's my take on Flight of the Navigator. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like I always say, if you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. I think I'm doing this right. I'm going to put the little icon here so you can hit the button. The subscribe button's down below. Tell me what you think about this movie if you've seen it. I know a lot of people have. I was surprised because this is more popular than I realized. It actually made newspaper articles just recently. But there you go. We'll see you guys on the next video.